like a soldier to the stage. Now, this final command does several things. It brings the play full circle. The rites of the dead prince will be conducted on the same platform where we earlier saw the troubled ghost of Hamlet's father. Both men can be put to rest now.
It was just fascinating, the knowledge that that man has. You really wanted just to sit back and listen, not take any notes, just because you were afraid you'd miss something if you looked down to write some notes.
And the prince is not dead after all. Have a good weekend.
I still think back and I'm overwhelmed by it. But in addition to being incredibly knowledgeable, he was a very compassionate man in that he understood the pressures that a student has.
When I did visit the campus, I found that Wichita State campus was smaller. It was easier to get around, and I felt that I get maybe a little more personal attention than being at a school that's much larger than this one.
I would never trade that year that I had in the dormitories. It was the best experience for me to grow and to get to know other people and just find my way around. If I hadn't lived in a dorm, I don't think I would have been as happy here because I wouldn't have gone out and made friends.
Now, one strike away.
Wichita State has won the national championship. Greg Brummett with a complete game victory, fittingly struck out Kevin Pate to end the ball game, and Wichita State has done it in unbelievable fashion.
Let's move to the student role. Now, you played the role of a student with a disability, most of you, or a student who was very gifted. How did you feel in that role, and what kind of learning can we get from that?
I was trying to play a gifted child. Well, he's 14, and I was trying to think of when
I try to remember that students tend to forget what they hear and remember what they see, but they understand what they do. And also that each student is a vital, one-of-a-kind human being. From this basis, they can open many doors to learning.
I, as a teacher, would come in and want to, give them special attention because they're blind. But also, you don't want...
There's never a day I leave this class empty-handed. She always charges me up. And I drive home thinking of all these things that I want to try in my classroom.
That's something I had never thought about before. I always thought if it's in a book, that's the answer and that's the solution. He pointed out that authors could be wrong, could have mistaken perceptions, like in Freud's case, he was totally off the wall in part of his book. You can really learn a lot about the author and some of their idiosyncrasies and some of their areas of knowledge.
This is my hypothesis testing. Could you help me with this?
Lewis is the equivalent of an online card catalog. Every item is entered by author and title, and then is cross-referenced also by subject. So in your case...
I push A equals Jefferson, Thomas, enter.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like we have 58 entries. Huh. Now, if you wanted to actually go ahead and locate some of those titles, you'd pick out the title of interest. We're in the midst of an information explosion. An advantage of being here in the state's largest city is that we have access to so many different sources of data, from libraries to medical centers to historical museums.
I think one of the major advantages of Wichita isn't that there's jobs available, but that there's jobs available in whatever your chosen field.
Because of the urban college that it is, there's a lot of business opportunities for business students to work in businesses and corporations around here and get a lot of experience. This year is my hardest year, of course, in business school because I'm a senior and I'm taking all the senior required courses like policy and things like that. So it's going to be a very rough semester, but I plan on coming out on top.
Then you can counsel or coach me or correct me or discipline me or whatever is appropriate. But give me a chance. Managers have got to be better at catching people doing things right. But in this case, the manager would only come down when he or she thought there was a mistake, right? Okay, and then what happened after that?
And I told her I was tired of her always coming around and just...
You told the manager?
Saying negative things.
You were tired of her coming around and criticizing?
Yeah, the only time we ever heard from her was...
And then what happened?
She said, well, we'll go see the boss. So we went upstairs and sat down and talked to him, and I told him how I felt.
He made me understand that a business career is more than just dollars and cents. You've got to refine your people skills.
When I first got here to Wichita State, I said, well, hey, why don't we just start a separate band? You know, since we're already using the drums, we started a calypso band composed of mostly younger players like freshmen and sophomores. We've got a singer from Spain, and we've got a conga player from Colombia, and another singer from Peru. And so it's united the whole, not only the music department and the percussion department, but we're bringing in people outside of the music department.
Okay, this is H1. Let's take it right from the top.
At least 3 days a week at the Heskett Center. I do swimming and aerobics, everything you need to wind up or wind down.
It's 3 o'clock from the Wichita State University. You're listening to the best jazz in Kansas on KMUW 89.1 FM, Wichita's public radio station.
Feel it, really. I'll see you later. Bye.
See you.
Bye, Kelly.
See you later.
Well, you gotta learn to manage your time. There's so many temptations to put off things that need to be done that soon you find that if you don't do them, nobody else will. So you have to say, well, okay, if I want to go to that party or that dance this weekend, I'm gonna have to knuckle down and get it done. Because then by Monday morning, your work will have paid off and you'll be better prepared for class.
Now, Scott, we've been talking about the vortex flows and the pressures we get. And suppose I have a vortex intact on this side and burst on this side. Now, which way is that airplane wing going to roll?
It's going to roll to your right.
That's correct. Yeah, it's going to roll with the negative pressure lifting it. And then, Lana, if it rolls that way, if it has pressure that way, which way is it going to yaw?
It's going to yaw to the left.
So which way should the yawing moment be to restore the airplane, to bring it back? At Wichita State University, we have some very fine research facilities. We got a nose right. Students here often work as interns at Boeing, Beech, Learjet, Cessna, and a growing number are spending cooperative education semesters at the government laboratories such as the Johnson Space Flight Center in Houston.
Copy that, and that's affirmed down here as well.
Deploy arm.
It's hard to imagine what a field's going to be like from the classroom, and by getting into the co-op program, I'm able to actually come out here and decide for myself whether or not I think engineering would be a field that I want to make my career in.
And bring her up on Beta Loran, Beta Theta Pi.
When I pledged a fraternity my freshman year of college, I didn't realize it would help me both academically and socially. It's become my campus connection for intramural sports, service projects, leadership, and most important of all, friendship.
Here are the Deltas! Here are the Deltas! Stepping for you to see!
Every time I'm here till 2 a.m. working on sets, I say never again. But then the show starts to come together. It's a kind of magic. And with audiences and opening night, I always end up coming back for more.
And then he gives us the money.
Okay.
And I hand it to you.
Or do we stay?
We stay. We change that.
We stay?
Yeah.
Stay.
And then black out.
Oh, good. And then pass out.
So you go ahead and listen and see what you hear.
I think a physician assistant is a lot freer to take the time to explain things to a patient, to do more patient education, and to help the patient understand his health problem. And when you detect a heart murmur in a 5-year-old, then you really feel like you've done some good for mankind.
Do you know where your dolly's appendix is? It's right down here on this side, on the right side. Can you show me where it is on you? It's right on your right side, right there.
We helped each other through tests. We helped each other through the classes and through the stress. You are a family and you do things together.
Same place at 10. 1, 2. Everything has been actually fortissimo up to this point, and now it's mezzo forte.
One day, Dr. Decker came into orchestra and he said, "We've been invited to premiere a piece at the Austrian Center in Vienna. How many are interested?" And I thought, oh gosh, how can I pass this up? So I've arranged all the financing, I'm packing my bag, and I've got my passport. The tour schedule, we get to spend 5 days in Vienna. And while we're in Vienna, we'll perform a concert with the Vienna Boys Choir. And that's going to be a really fantastic experience. I don't know when I'll get to do that again, to play in the places where music was actually made. It will be so incredible to sit in a palace and think, this is the place where Haydn wrote his music. This was his home.